Tiles, another tough ask question for you this weekend, mate, against Buddy Franklin. How do you go about, I suppose, playing against him?
Yeah, it'll be a really good battle, and really looking forward to it. I'll just compete like I do every week, and it'll be a team job. I watched the game against GWS last week, and I thought as a team they played him really well, and it wasn't just Phil that stopped him. It was the whole team was really getting into him. So it's going to be a team role, but obviously I'll spend the majority of time on him, and I'll just compete and hope the ball's coming in high and long, and then I can go to work. So yeah.
He was obviously able to get a few sort of behind the back goals when you guys played in round 4. What's the key to stopping those sort of easy, cheap goals?
Yeah, I think the key with any final is pressure on the ball and winning the contest. And you saw on the weekend GWS did that. They were able to win it out of the middle and keep it in their half, and it wasn't down there as much. So when we played them last time in round 3 or 4, I think it was a really great contest, and our pressure was really good, and that's why we were able to win the game. So we'll have to bring that work rate and contest this week, and that's what finals are about. So we'll try and do that this week.
Do you look at what GWS did, and they sort of let him roam a bit freer up the ground, but they locked down him when he got back in the 50? Did employ the same sort of tactic?
Every game throws up a different situation. So, if he was playing higher up the ground, that's that game. They might try and do something different this week. So, it's not up to me to worry about what they're going to do. We'll just play a team defence, and it's not just going to be me playing on him. Other guys, modern footy these days, you have to roll over, and Kyle and Jake and all these guys are going to get minutes on him as well. So, he's a great player, but they're a great team, and they've got more than one player. So, it's going to be a team game this week, and we're really going to have to bring it to win.
Tails, hostile environment, obviously not going to be easy. How important, those travelling fans that go up, how important is that support for you guys?
Yeah, it's massive. We've had great fans all year. Obviously, the biggest average attendance for a home crowd, and we have a lot of people that travel as well. So we love our support and thank the fans for everything they've done this year. And hopefully, we can bring it this week away from home and get another win. That's what we're looking to do.
Where does Franklin sit in your toughest opponents?
All forwards are good, depending on their day. And as I said, it's about the way the ball's coming in. Obviously, he's a champion of the game, 6-time All-Australian or whatever it is. He's a bit of a freak. So he is a great forward. He's up there and the best in the comp, finished second in the Coleman the last couple of years. So he's a great player. And, as I said, I'll just look to compete and play my role for the team.
Do you like those challenges against the big names?
Yeah, obviously that's what you play footy for, and especially in finals, you love playing on those good players, and it's always a great challenge on good forwards like that. So I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully I can play my role for the team this week.
So do you expect Hardo to get a few minutes of him? Do you expect Hardo to be in Sydney after the tripping report?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting one. I don't know how they adjudicate it, and obviously the result will get found out later tonight, but we've got guys in the waiting. If he happens to, get rubbed out. Andy Otten watched the sample yesterday, and he played a really good game. And we've got other backmen. Tom Doday's been in really good form as well. So we've got replacements, we've got depth, and that's probably been one of our strengths this year. So if he does get rubbed out, we've got guys to replace him. But hopefully it doesn't come to that.
How important is Hardigan in that whole back line? It seems to really gel at the moment.
Yeah, he's been huge this year. He's probably one of our most improved players, and the role he's been able to do this year for us as that second, key defender, and he's played on the number 1 forward at times as well. So he's been massive. It was only his 50th game on the weekend, and he really shut Petrie out of the game. And we'll be looking for him if he's playing to do the same thing this week. So he's been huge for us, really improved, and as all of our young guys back there have this year. So hopefully we can keep going and play another good game.
Is it a good week to get Sydney? A bit bruised and battered, and a few injured players.
I don't really buy into that. No, I don't think it's a good week to, every week's different, and they're a great team, like us. They've got a lot of depth, and they've shown over the years that they're a proven finals team. So we're going to have to bring our game and really compete, and it's going to start at the contest this week. So, yeah, don't really buy into that. It's just about who turns up on the night and plays good footy.
Just back with the fans, plenty are going to travel. How much of a boost is it, seeing them in enemy territory and cheering you guys on?
Oh, it's amazing, yeah, and they're always loud, and you can always hear them when we're away. We've got great fans, and for those guys to, shell out a lot of money to travel, the flights and accommodation and all that, the players really, thank fans for doing that. So, it's going to be huge for us, and hopefully we can get as many there as possible, and it's going to be a great game.
How big a loss is Tippett?
Yeah, well, he's a great player, and we knew that when he was here. You know, he creates a contest, and he's been really, you know, at the start of the year, he was probably the informed ruckman of the competition. So that's a big loss for them, as is Callum Mills. You know, you feel for anyone that's get injured at this time of year. That happened to me after I won the Rising Star as well. Broke my arm and got injured, and footy can be cruel at times. So, you know, those two players have been huge for them this year. And but as I said, they've got depth. You know, they're a great team, and they've got guys to replace them. So, you know, big losses for them, but I'm sure they'll have someone coming in.
Can you talk to me a little bit about your line coaches, and that you've got David Teague, an ex-defender, with the forwards, and Pods obviously with the backmen. What has that added to you in particular?
Yeah, well, I suppose every team's got line coaches, but Podsy's been huge this year. You know, he's played at both ends in his career, and you know, got a really good footy brain, and has developed our young backline really well this year. He's worked hard with a lot of us, and you've seen the progression of, you know, your Jake Levers, Rory Lairds, Luke Browns, and that's partly due to Pods. He's been amazing this year, and yeah, just the way he's able to communicate with guys, and as you said, Teggy with the forwards as well. We've had a really good forward line this year, probably the best attack in the comp, and that's partly the way Teggy works with them, their leading patterns, and, you know, staying out of each other's space and all the rest. So those two guys have been huge for us, as is Pikey coming in this year, and you know, for a first year coach, he's been amazing as well. So our coaches are, you know, they're really good. They develop us and make sure we're working on our game to improve, and all of those guys have their role, as does every player in the team. So yeah, they're really good for us.
Do you try to put yourself in a forward's shoes as much as you can when you're thinking about how to tackle them?
Yeah, I think so. I played a bit up forward as well, and you know, as a forward, where the space is, and as a defender, you're trying to block that dangerous space. So you got to think a bit like forward at times. But yeah, defender's just about, you know, competing and just giving your all, you know, 100% of the game, and that's all every defender does, I suppose. So yeah, we'll be looking to bring that back there, as you know, as we do every week.
With Franklin, you've played him like Toddlers in the past. Do you talk to other defenders how to play him, or have you played on him enough now to know exactly how he goes about it?
As I said, every week's different. It depends on the situation of the game and the way the ball's coming in, and, you know, where they're playing at the field. So every game throws up a different challenge, and yeah, other guys have, you know, we've watched enough footy to know how each person plays now. He's been around for a long time, and he's a great player and can do all sorts of things. So we're going to rely on, you know, a team effort to stop guys like that, like it is every week. You know, he's a great player, but it's no different. You know, it's a team aspect to every game, and we've got to, you know, play the way we want to play back there as well. And yeah, it's a team system. You know, Hardo and Jake, they had minutes on him last time as well. So as I said, it'll be a team approach this week.
How's JJ travelling this morning? He looks pretty proppy at the end of the game, and then yesterday during the recovery.
Yeah, well, it was really good from him. He's you know, been a bit sore, but as many guys are this year, you know, everyone's probably carrying a little niggle here and there, and he was able to contribute on the weekend with 2 goals, and he is a bit sore, but he'll get through this week, and he's a real professional, so he'll play this week. I've got no doubt about it.
Did you take much out of the last time you beat Sydney, or is it too long ago?
No, it's you know, it was a really hot game and contested game, and you know, when you play Sydney, that's going to be the way, and that's finals footy. You know, you've got to win the contest and work rate around the ball as well. So Sydney pride themselves on that. Their midfield's been, you know, dominant the last few years, and we know we're going to have to bring that area of our game to match it.
You've the club's obviously, it's well noted, lost a few prominent players over the last few years. Do you feel at the moment the group that you've got wants to stay together, and, you know, guys like yourself who come from outside of South Australia?
Yeah, well, a lot of our guys at the club now, it's funny, we are from interstate, and I feel like that's really bonded us closer. And, you know, obviously the events of last year were a really tight-knit group, and our culture is probably one of our strong points. You know, we've got a great culture, and guys want to hang around and be part of that. And we've got a core group that are between, you know, 18 to 25, and we don't have many kind of senior guys other than Tomo and Dougie and these types of guys. So we're all growing up together, we're playing footy together, and we're developing as a group. And yeah, it's a really exciting time to be around the club, and guys definitely want to be a part of that.
Have you felt that grow over your time here?
Certainly, yeah, and with more games of footy, and, you know, the more we play together, I feel like the more we're going to improve. And yeah, it's an exciting time. It's an opportunity for our group where we are at the moment to, play some good footy and win finals. We don't just want to make up the numbers. We want to go the whole way. So that's what we're here to do.
What do you have to do to make sure that this time around in the semi-final the same thing doesn't happen as last year?
Yeah, well, we had last year as a learning experience, and we've just got to bring that effort and intensity and win the ball at the contest and work hard and just never give up. I suppose that's the thing that you got to bring to each game, and that's what we'll be looking to do this week.
Is there anything you learnt mentally then, given last year the letdown, this year another ripping win in the first final, guarding against the letdown? Is it a mental thing?
I think so. I think it's a bit about attitude and not getting ahead of yourself, and we're under no illusions that we've done nothing really. We've only made the last 6, but you want to go there and win the whole thing. So we haven't achieved what we want to yet. So the boys are under no illusions that we've got to play well this week and get another win.